pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. To start off, we're going to open up the public hearing. Last month, we had discussions about utilities and having to change some of our rates. So here's an opportunity. I'll open it up if anybody has any questions about with the public hearing.
Tim raises.
Oh, sorry. Are you either way?
Adam.
Tim Perkins,
Adam.
for Avilla, building new garage.
Adam.
Anyway,
Adam.
I'm just curious.
Start this.
We are above the state average already as far as our lines are concerned. By 10 to anywhere 10 to 50%. We're going up 51%, 10 and 10 on our rates. Why were we so high to begin with versus the state average based off population and everything else like that? And have we maybe not thought about doing a 5-year plan and go maybe to 1 or something like that, see how the market is flowing? I'm in the automotive business. 3 years ago, I was putting EV chargers at every one of my stores. Now they're just sitting empty. Is it a bad idea to go so long in a contract just to try to save some money? I haven't thought that through. There's a real concern on my end because with the rate increase you guys are going with, it'll raise my bill $107. Now I have a family of 4. My son's been home all summer. He gets it. However, we have a lot of lost power throughout the year. Sewage rate is extremely high. We're doing 10 and 10 on that, or you're doing 10 off of the water rate, flow rate, and then 10 off the consumption of the sewage rate as well? Or are you changing that variable off of that? I mean, there's a lot of questions when, on last month's meeting, we kind of left it open. I was trying to get some closure on some of that because to me, right now, the way it stands, it doesn't really make sense this time of the year.
Okay, I'll start. This has actually been a progress of going on for many, many years, and you're making statements that we're high compared to the state. In our area here, we have some of the lowest rates on all of our utilities. We did a rate study, okay, even 5 years ago, if not more. We went from our normal electric supplier to Wolverine, and there's a lot of communities that went to that, and that saved us a lot of money. Okay, when we set up with that, we had a 5-year contract that's good through 2030. They came to us about a year ago, a little bit, and we've been talking ever since, that those rates were going to change, and we need to be proactive, so that's what we've been doing, rate studies. So what we've had to do, in order to stay with what we had, we were locked in till 2030 for our electric, that's all I'm speaking of right now. But in order for us to still make savings, yeah, we're gonna have an increase, is we had to sign another 5-year contract, which is what we're doing now. And to make that happen, we have to do a 10% increase on electricity for the next 5 years. There's small hope, no promise, maybe as that 3rd or 4th year gets here, maybe it won't have to be 10%. Actually, Tim, I believe you said Tim, right?
Yeah.
Our rates are, you know, whatever you're looking, if you're comparing across the state, that's not what we're comparing to. What our comparisons in our rate study was from our communities around this area, and we had some of the lowest rates. And even with these increases, we still have some of the lowest rates.
On the state average for 1 to 3,000 people, you're
From how many?
1 to 3,000 people.
Okay.
Town population, you're 17% higher. I don't understand where you're getting numbers from.
From the rate study that they showed
Yes,
us.
that's
The
what
rate
we're-
study they showed us, we were 40%
Oh, it's not that
lower.
we don't trust what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Public information, guys.
Understand. But in order for us to, now, I guess what we could do is maybe not, we could have maybe got away from Wolverine and went right back to where we before, which some of you has probably been coming here enough. Those are the true ups, and that cost a whole lot more money, and all we did was spend more and more. So we've been cost effective leading into Wolverine. The rate study showed we had to do a 10%. That's electric. Water is gonna be a 34% rate increase, one time only. Sewer, 10% rate increase, 1 year only. Those will go into effect tonight after this public hearing, after we do our second reading. When it comes to utilities, we have to trust the professionals that we hire to do our rate studies. We try to do those every 2 years. I think the last time we had an increase was 2022, and I believe before that was at 17 or 18. So we've done really good. In your opinion, it might not seem like we have, but we've done good at keeping our rates competitive for our area and our community. So we're at a position now with the rate study, we had no choice. I mean, we can look for other, there's only so many electric companies you're gonna go with. Water and wastewater, we do all that here in our town. Even electric, but we still gotta buy our power. So there's no other way around that, Tim. I don't know if either one of you guys wanna add your opinion on that, but that's just where we had to be, which affects us as taxpayers too. My rates will increase also. I know that doesn't matter, but it does to me also. So we have to make a decision that hurts me and my family just the same.
I'll just add to one thing too, when the representative from Wolverine came and talked to us, and this was a year ago, and he let us know that, you know, in 2030, it's a given, our rates are going to go up. At that point, they couldn't tell us exactly what. Well, as we've had meetings since, he come back and gave us a couple scenarios, and so did consulting company. And if we didn't be proactive and do this now, in 2030, when the rate goes up, our rates are gonna go up 80 to 90% one lump sum. So this is the reason we're trying to, I guess, capture some of this extra now leading up into that. So, you know, we have, and no matter what it is, it's always been the thing with whatever the charge is, we've always charged a little bit extra and then put it in the bank. So that's kind of at this point what we're looking to try to do too. So when this fact, the increases go in, and we've also now at this point going to lock in another one from 2030 to 2035. We've actually already put in a rate for that, or locked in a rate that, so it's not gonna go up again until after 2035. So this is, you know, and so we're just trying to be proactive how to do all of these things. I mean, because there's other projects that we need to do and things like that. And what some of the monies we have now in the water and sewage are just some of the projects we want to do. There's just not enough extra money in there to do that. And any grants we also get, it's not just a free grant. You know, if we want $1 million, it's an 80-20, 80-25. So this helps get that money in there to continue with other projects to move down the road as well.
Part of that increase included a 5-year plan. So, and that includes equipment projects that Brian and Adam spent a lot of time on trying to plan that all out, and that was for each utility.
Infrastructure and things like that.
Don't get me wrong, guys, I
No,
appreciate
it's a good
it.
question.
I do. I love this town, that's what it really is. But it just seemed to me like there wasn't as much foresight as I think we have done going forward. None of us can predict the future.
Sure.
I can tell you right now that in 2035, we're not gonna have another increase till then. But you just told me 2 minutes ago that we've had 2 increases in the last 8 years. So,
Yeah.
that being said, you know, if I'm putting everything at face value, that's kind of where we're at.
Anything else? Anybody? Please.
Garrett actually does their rate studies every 2 years, just to make sure that the communities aren't getting a lump sum increase and just kills everybody. But as Phil said, this was an agonizing decision for all of us. We did not want to do this. We really did our homework and we looked into all avenues, including not going with Wolverine, and that definitely was not a good idea. So we've dug under all the rocks. Like, one of we have 2 major substations, and if one of those goes out, it's $1.5 million, just like that. So things are more expensive for equipment, and it's just really rough. So we're trying to hedge against the future as best we can, for the good of all of us.
Okay, thank you. Anyone? Okay, after that, we will close the public hearing, and we will need to do a second reading on the 3 different ordinances. I want to make sure I got them in the exact order. So first one we're gonna do is ordinance number 1684-7-25. It's an ordinance amending ordinance number 1642-5-22, amending schedule of 1 of the water rate ordinance to increase rates by 34%. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, we would need a motion on second reading and final reading.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 1684-7-25 as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Next will be ordinance number 1685-7-25, which is for our sewage wastewater. An ordinance amending ordinance number 1441-03-05, fixing the schedule of rates and charges to be collected by the town of Avilla from the owners of property served by the sewage works of said town. Is there a motion on second reading?
Make a motion on ordinance number 1685-7-25 as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. And then the third and last one will be the electric. And it's ordinance number 1685-7-25. It's an ordinance establishing rates and charges to be collected by the town of Avilla from the customers served by a municipal electric utility of said town and other matters connected here within.
This is 85 or 86?
It's 86.
It's
1686, I'm
86-7.
sorry if I said that. Ordinance number 1686-7-25. We would need a motion on second reading.
I'll make a motion, we approve ordinance 1686-7-25 as submitted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. We'll move to the regular meeting. First thing will be the approval of the claims. I'm showing $1,036,823.22. Is there any questions on that, gentlemen?
I don't have any.
We would need a motion, but
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims as submitted.
With-
No, we have
Oh,
to have.
with an amendment that we have one claim that needs to be removed because it was put on claims twice,
it was typoed twice.
typoed twice.
Okay, is there a second on that, Tim?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Next is approval of the 7/16/2025 Town Council meeting minutes. Any questions with that?
Nope.
I don't.
Make a motion, we approve the 7/16/2025 town council meeting minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Next will be our town manager report. Adam,
You have that in front of you, not much has changed. I do have a couple items on the second page. There's really one item, and that is the Ames Idea Conference down in French Lick. That happens October 20th through the 23rd. I told you a couple of months ago that that was coming up. I do have prices for that, that is listed there, $345 for the conference, and $159 and $209 per night for the hotel. It'll take 3 nights, gas and any food. Don't know if my wife would be able to attend or not, but if she does come, I would pay for her part.
are you the only one from the town that would want to go by chance?
Brian might be the only other one that might.
Okay, just thought I would ask that question. I'm not opposed to not only you, Adam, but anybody when they can go to a conference to better their job, their profession, their experience and such. Any questions with that, guys?
Nope, I'm good with it.
We would need a motion, though.
I'll make a motion to give the town manager permission to go to AIM conference on October 20th through the 23rd.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
That's all I have.
Okay, any questions, guys?
Nope.
Thank you. Superintendent of Utilities, please.
Starting out with, water meter discussed last month on advice over to Vanscoy. I did get some quotes for materials and did some calculations of roughly what it costs to put the whole project in. EJP was $9,837.74 for all the materials, and Cormain was $9,286.35 for materials. I also sent email to Ferguson and never heard a reply back there, so that's the two I have. Then I went ahead and just calculated out what by sand bed the pipe in, and then a rough idea what the asphalt's gonna cost. I come up with $14,086.35 for the whole project. Put that water main in. Like I said, that would eliminate shutting them down in the future. We have an issue up on Albion Street because they have a dead end there. That way loop it around, have water to that.
Oh, I remember this now. Okay.
When were you wanting to do this, Brian, if we did okay it?
We'll probably start till next month sometime.
And how long do you think that street will be down?
We're gonna do it all in-house, so probably a couple weeks.
That street won't be able to be
Well, we
used?
can open it up, we're gonna go down one edge of it, we can open it up to one lane, so,
Just
so
so
what
it's-
we're working on, it'll be closed.
Okay,
Have you used Core and Main before?
Yeah, that's who has our census
It
contract
is,
now.
it is, that's, oh, it's switched to them. Okay.
We have automatic switch from EJP, they switch
Gotcha.
product lines and stuff, so it's automatic switch.
I mean, they're lower, so we have to go with them, right?
yeah, they are lower. I'm okay with it, guys, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's gotta
about
be
you two.
done. Cause this would remove them having to do a water boil advisory,
Well, we'll have to
potentially.
do a water boil to tie into them, but then.
No, after that,
After that, they
Yeah.
should be able to, unless it's in their area, then it's
Sure.
gonna hurt them, but.
Sure.
We can isolate other areas out of there. Just basically a dead end, the whole street down through there.
okay. I don't have a problem.
Any questions?
No, I'm fine.
We would want a motion for
I'll make
that.
a motion, we approve, Brian to go ahead with, Core and Main for $9,286.35, to work on the Vice Boulevard and Venezuela Street. Is that 14,000 with the 92?
That'd be the total.
With a total of $14,086.35.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
The drive out Cranberry to Hill Road is pretty much complete, except I wanna put limestone to cap off the crushed concrete that we used out of our supply that we had. And just by the calculations, that's gonna be like $4,500 to put like 2 to 2.5 inches of limestone down the whole street. And then I do have somebody lined up to roll that in once it goes down too, to make it a little better. So I don't know if anybody's been out there and looked at it, we have changed the elevations of it. Today they put riprap around the corners of it, and it looks pretty good, you know, for us doing it internally. Not having proper equipment to do it all, but it fits in there, it looks decent. Hopefully it makes it a lot better when we do get it opened up. So if I can get approval for that limestone.
Someone will be bringing that in, but you guys will be doing the work?
Either Dixon's or.
Will that get it to where you need it after that, or you're gonna have more expense later?
No, that should be it.
Safe to drive on and open it up.
As soon as that goes down.
So the county's beneficial, everything's good, and
Yep.
it can be used once you just build it up a little bit more.
Yep.
Any questions on that, guys?
Nope, I'm good.
We would want a motion on that $4,500 though.
I'm gonna make a motion, we approve the $4,500 for limestone to complete the, I guess, what would that actually be extension of that street?
Cranberry Run.
Cranberry Run, okay, yeah, so 4,500, for limestone to complete the street.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Let's get down to this one that we have some money for.
Sure you do.
Fiber to the fire department, I think I finally got it figured out how to get it there easily, or halfway easily, but we're gonna have to do 250-foot bore, from the alley on the east side of Main Street to the fire station, which is like 250 feet. And boring right now is $10-11 a foot, then it's got to have conduit in it, so I just calculated at $13 per foot, comes out to $32.50.
That's the closest, that, on the other side of Main Street.
Our fiber, yes.
I was gonna say, it's a hard fiber though, right?
Okay.
Is
The
that-
other option is out of here, and go up the alley, but there's a lot of stuff in that alley.
Sure,
Mhm.
okay.
And then then every building has fiber then?
Correct.
Fire department's the last one, correct?
Yep, we just got the fiber ran into our shop today,
Okay,
so, now it's hooked up, but it's in.
sure.
We'll get to that in the next one.
No.
So when will you, when do you think you're gonna try to accomplish this if we accept it or vote it?
Next week, end of next week, the boring will be done.
Who's gonna bore it?
I talked to Ace out of Kendallville, that's who if I did about the park. But I mean, if he's not available, I'll have either Cooper or Ace or somebody.
Okay,
It'll probably be Ace, cause he's the one who'll be available next Friday.
okay.
Any more questions, guys?
Nope.
We'd want an approval on that too.
Make a motion, we approve, the boring for fiber to the fire department for $3,250 by Ace.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
I do have a contractor lined up to come and do the splicing. It's $110 an hour. Hopefully get quite a bit done at one time. I know we had our IT group try to do it and they just struggled with the cable. The coatings on the stuff is so tough, they don't have the right equipment to cut into it. And they haven't done that many of them either, so he'll come in and do the water plant, the electric barn, our shop, and then the 2 overhead splices I have to do, and also splice the fire department.
So you have no idea how many hours that's gonna be?
It should be over 2 days.
Can he get us a better quote?
We went from hours to days.
I'm not familiar with.
Can we get a better quote than that? I mean, I feel like they should be able to give us a better quote than just 110 per hour. I mean, I don't know if I feel comfortable just saying, yeah, 110 per hour and it takes 7 days.
Multiple buildings.
I don't,
I don't know how that
or-
works. I don't know if
or
that's
do
how
we-
they price stuff out. I don't know.
Or can we do a not to exceed?
Well, we don't know what that would be.
what if he starts and he's done?
2 days, 3 days?
I don't,
I think 2 days would be plenty. I mean,
I'm fine with that.
I'd be more familiar with an 89.
I'm not familiar with that. That's way out of my realm.
Do we just not?
Yeah, I
not-
think that's-
Not
I
to
don't-
exceed
I don't-
$3,000 maybe?
We did this purposely to make sure we get fiber to all of
Right.
our government buildings. We don't wanna walk away from it now. That would be,
How about we just not to exceed $3,000? That's, what, 26, 28 hours, 29 hours roughly,
yeah, that's, yeah,
so.
if you're okay.
I'm not, but you guys can do it if you want. I don't know.
Well, we need to get it done, so. Okay, you'd have to make a motion.
All right, I'll make a motion, we approve the hiring of $110 an hour, not to exceed $3,000 to splice all the Avilla buildings into the fiber.
Is there a second? Okay, I'll second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed signify by aye.
Aye.
Passes 2-1.
Okay, the next one is the parking lot across the street. I know Glenn's got it set up that while we're coming in, put a couple spots in there for doing we call it a transfer, a meetup spot for families that have children,
Oh.
divorces, and
Oh, yeah. Yep.
if you wanna sell something like that, it's a safe zone, it's in their cameras. Yes, Paul Braswell has been donating 2 spots. We also spoke to them about asphalting the whole parking lot, while they're here. The actual size of it is 50 by 40, 145. That would include the alley and the parking lot. I just got a verbal from Nate for 30,000, and that's also putting in the sidewalk up front.
Sidewalks trashed.
Right here.
Yeah, the sidewalks trashed.
So I thought Pulver was donating something. Do what?
Not the whole lot.
The 2 spots.
He's donating 2 full parking spots, so it'll give him one.
And you wanna do the whole thing, so what's our reasoning to do the whole thing? Why do we need to asphalt that
People
whole
start
area?
using it for parking. I mean, nobody uses it now because it's gravel.
It kinda gets
Well,
them out,
yeah,
gets them
people
out of the
next
town
door
hall
use
parking
parking
lot.
lots.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, I don't know. And then you wanna do the alley too, is that what you said out back?
In between,
Side alley.
that's in between the police station and the lot.
Yeah.
There is no sidewalks in there.
There's a sidewalk in front of it, yeah.
Cause it's broke up or
Oh,
what?
yeah, it's trashed, it's bad.
From what, how?
Years, just the years, it's bad. I think some of it might have got cracked too when the buildings were tore down over there driving across them too. I think that did some of it, but yeah, it's bad.
Donating 2 spots and gaining $30,000.
Yeah,
Said nothing like donating 2 spots and then adding $30,000 in your pocket.
It's a good deal if you brought.
Yeah.
For the cost of it, he's already here, he said he's doing.
oh,
I get it. I understand.
all
I
that.
They want to do it next week if they come in.
I mean, I just don't, I guess maybe I don't see it, I just don't know how that spot's gonna get used by people, it's not really uptown. I don't know how much that parking lot's gonna benefit us by spending $30,000.
Two beauty shops right there. I mean,
Okay, I mean, just someone needs to tell me why it's worth $30,000. I don't see people parking there. The police already have a parking, I don't know if it's gonna get used, that's my only question. The whole thing. I'm sorry?
Beautify the town,
Well, that's,
it'd look a lot better than that, and a lot of these people could park over there, because they do fill up quite a bit of parking space here in the day.
who does?
The beauty shop right
Shop
beside
Oh.
here.
there, customers.
Okay,
What is their parking? Do they have, is it just the front road and the back parking?
I would imagine,
Pretty
yeah,
much,
for
yeah.
them, actually.
This is town hall, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This parking lot's for the town hall, yes, ma'am.
And then there's also, they work out at the bottom of this building, and then some of the mornings you can't even park at CB. Cause it is bumper to bumper. So people-
Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, they work out there
At,
under Greg's
Oh.
building.
and they use, okay.
They use the parking lot.
So
Monday,
there's- I
Monday,
guess it's
Monday,
good.
Wednesday, Friday.
So
they
there's
use it.
need for parking. Okay, that was my question. I'm not opposed to it, I guess you guys, it's, your guys' thoughts, and then we'd have to make
Where
a
do we,
motion if
where do
do.
we have the money from?
I just got out MVH those streets.
Have you looked and made sure we have money?
So can you explain when I talked to him, he was trying to do it for something that would be.
I don't think I have.
He said we save us a considerable amount of money rather than having it turn it on and off. Like if we said, well, let's do that,
Sure.
it's gonna cost you a lot more money.
Sure.
What was the term you used for
Well,
it?
there's no mobilization either. Bring equipment in, that's usually a big part.
Well, you definitely approached us about that over there, and that made complete sense, so I'm not against
still getting
that. I just didn't know that we needed that much of a spot. That's kinda off the path a little bit, hence, but I guess it needs to be used, so it'll be proven that it does if we pass.
That, no lines we painted, then it'll just be asphalt.
So people just park anywhere they want, however way they want to.
We could do that ourselves. We can paint lines ourselves. We don't
Yeah,
have to pay somebody
yeah,
to do
I
that.
understand, okay. I mean, if you guys are not opposed either, we would need a motion. I'm not opposed to it.
I'll make a motion, we approve, Pulver to put in, let's see, parking lot and sidewalk for $30,000.
Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
How much money, how much do we even have in the
I don't know.
I
left that at home.
Well, I didn't get
I
one.
took mine home and I left it there.
I didn't get it.
Going down to.
It was in I had it from the other day and I left it at home.
Last month I brought up about it, on getting quotes for transformers to have them on hand. We actually had an issue with one that we do have on hand, a 2500 KVA that Excel. Luckily, we were able to connect on the outgoing side, we just reversed it and got it fixed without too much, not having to change it out. Big job. We had to go to Bremen to get parts for that. Had Garrett come over here because I was short alignment at the time. Had Garrett come over with the crew. They're actually the ones that did the changeover for the parts, and we did it all. So, just, I mean, they're getting old and we're gonna start having issues with them. So right now I have this quote down below here, contacted 3 of them. UTV transformer, could not provide me what I wanted. I wanted rewound transformers for new. They're new, or from China, they're all aluminum, no copper in them. Like one copper for the mains, and they didn't want to quote it now until they get set up better. So I had, TNR electric quote from them and Solomon quote. TNR was $84,502. Solomon was $79,525. And that's for 3 pad mount, 3-phase transformers, and 3 single-phase pole mount, that you take the 3 and you make 3-phase out of it. And that would cover different ones if we have one go out. It's a 300 kVA, 750 kVA, and a 150 kVA with 3 75 kVA cans that I quoted.
So you're saying there's 6 total?
Correct. But
Okay.
4 3-phase stations.
And these are just to have on
Just to have
On hand.
Backups, yeah.
Because just like we had a problem, but thank God we were able to get it going. And I know it was mentioned earlier, we've had some situations in town in the recent past hopefully that's been fixed, which is what we've been told. I mean, this is something we did talk about, I'm not opposed to it. Our electric, we do have some money to be able, and this is part of our plan, to be able to have not only, for the future, but also what we have on hand, so I'm okay as long as you guys are, and if you have questions. Like I said, it'd be Solomon.
I'm good with it.
Go ahead, Bill.
We need a motion then.
I'll make a motion that we accept the quote from Sunbelt Solomon for $79,525 for 6 transformers.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
We have our wellhead protection plan coming up. It's phase 2 of I don't know how long the program is or whatever, but we had it done 5 years ago, and it's due again November 1st. I just went ahead and contacted the people that did it before, so I wasn't sure everybody that did it. They just give me a not to exceed price of $9,075, and that is Peerless Midwest,
And they have to do this how often?
5 years.
Okay, that's what I wanted to just make sure.
Let's say, this wasn't we didn't do this last year, did we? I don't remember this
No, we had
last year.
some wells rebuilt.
5 years, yeah.
Peerless has always been the one that's done all of our well work anyhow, over the years, as long as I know.
Yep.
Again, it's money, but it's things that have to be done, so I'm not opposed to it.
What's the protection plan covered? What's it do?
Basically, it goes through all the industries, gets
Well,
what they
it might
dump
be.
chemical-wise,
We have 5-year update.
protects our wells from our fuel tanks and stuff like that. Everyone should be so close. You just got a protected area. It goes out, you actually see signs outside town, wellhead protection plan. Looks out for the groundwater.
I'll make a motion, we go with Peerless Midwest for the wellhead protection plan for $9,075 for 5 years.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
The next thing is recycling area down here. I was asked to look in and get cameras down here, better cameras, so that we can actually read license plates and get better facial pictures to identify people. I had, our local camera guy here in town quoted.
That's gotta go to
Those 3 cameras and all this stuff to hook it up was $17.90. That's including, we'll have to do some trenching, get some wires over there and cables. This will tie into our current system, and then once all the fibers ran, I have another quote to upgrade some of our cameras and the system, tied into the fiber, and it all can appear then on a monitor up here, and be visible up here on the monitor.
Is there any like monthly for the monitoring or anything? No?
There is cameras down there though,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
There's one that goes over it, but it's hard to see, and those cameras are getting 4 or 5 years old now.
So we're just getting updated so we can see things.
Yep.
The new cameras do have some AI in them, so.
This is the local gentleman too, correct?
Yes.
So we have someone that's on hand if there's issues.
Yep.
Has there been a lot of problems down there still, or again?
Yeah, oh yeah. There's all kinds of crap
It's-
down there right now.
It's weird.
Car seats.
It's all the time.
Well, that's,
Oh, there's a,
I, no, just, we're talking about back at the dump site.
No,
we're
the
talking
recycle
recycle
center.
bin.
I thought we were talking about back where all the wood and
No.
Lee,
for
I'm
the
sorry,
recycle.
that's what I thought, cause that's where he has cameras, that's what I'm
And
asking
there's
about.
also one at
We're
the
talking about
recycle.
out front, and no, I don't use that, I do not use that recycling site, cause I know what goes on there, I don't take my stuff there, I just don't, no. No. So now I'm where we are, okay, I thought you were talking in the back, I apologize, cause
No,
that
yes.
gentleman has cameras there too.
Yes.
They'll be
Okay.
mounted on the building, and we'll have to set a pole across the other side so we can set them down, get license plates and stuff like that.
Cause even though that's not ours, we still have to watch it.
Yeah, we maintain.
Yeah,
basically,
because
'cause
they'll
that's-
pull it out. They'll-
Yeah, we have nothing to do with that there, other than it's
Losing
on
it,
our land.
other than losing it if
Yes.
it's not
Because of
taken
what
care
people
of.
do.
It's our problem.
Just so everyone understands that, it isn't really our responsibility, but it's became our responsibility, the town and the taxpayers, because of what people are doing.
Yep.
Which is wrong, okay?
Absolutely.
Definitely in favor of,
What this stuff is?
No, up front.
The
The
bins,
bins.
the,
Still a problem down at the
yeah,
other one.
But we're not talking about that one right now, which I thought we were.
well, that would.
I was
you,
wrong.
That'll be addressed with the updates.
That'll be the
Yeah.
That'll be
updates for
addressed
that
with the
one, too,
updates.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not opposed to having cameras there where we're
Better-
speaking
better
of the
ones.
recycling area.
Better
yes.
ones than what we have, yes. So who's
We
turn-
would,
who's
well,
it?
we would
My
need
turn.
a,
My turn, all right. I'll make a motion, we approve the hiring of digital video solutions and security to upgrade the camera system at the recycle bins and at the compost area.
is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
So that's 1,700, that covers the tree and grass area too? Is that
No, it's just up front.
That's just the upfront one for now.
instead of?
No, just up front.
Just the recycling center.
For now.
We have cameras in the back right now in, where you drop off your leaves,
Oh, I know.
things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Brian.
The next thing is a spare pump for McDonald's lift station. I have a quote for 22,907. This is the people that we use for our pumps that do a heck of a job for us. Actually, he's gonna get this from another person that quote anyway to get it. One reason is only usually get one quote and stuff. He treats us right, and he's got a fast turnaround for us.
So you're wanting to get an extra one to have here on
Yes.
hand,
This
is
is our
what you're
largest-
saying,
This is our largest pumps we have in town.
out there behind McDonald's, yes.
5 feet tall, they're huge.
We don't have any spares right now?
Not for this lift station, we don't. This will pretty much set us up pretty decent for all the rest of them. We have spares for most of them.
What's the lifespan on these pumps usually?
They say like 7 to 10, but if you keep them up, I mean, we got some that's 20, 25 years old, just keep rebuilding them. Actually, the one that's in there just got rebuilt, for 4,700. My cutoff is the half of a new one, like, under that, I'll go ahead and have it rebuilt. So,
Any questions, Bill?
No, I'm fine.
If we wanna move forward, we would have to have a motion if we want a spare for it.
I'll make a motion, we purchased a spare pump from Kester's Electric, for $22,907.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
one other thing is, talked to a couple of you, I know about, the basement, the vault in the basement with all the records in it from, that's back to 1990s and
So
stuff
a lot
like
of
that.
outdated stuff.
Yes, we do have a list, Lisa acquired a list of dates and stuff, and we can get rid of it, and there's like 95% of that stuff can go. I contacted a place out of Fort Wayne for shredding, and the way they do it, they bring in 96-gallon totes, and you put stuff in it, and they take it out and dump it. The way they charge is the first tote is $149, then everyone after that is $55. Basically, I can get this done, I can put under my $1,200 I'm allowed. I want to bring it up to you, make sure everybody's okay having this done. Pretty much everything, the only thing we have to keep according to this list is newspaper requests for advertisement. Everything else has got 10-year or less time frame on it.
And there's a lot that's in the way.
Yeah,
and
there's like
it's in
120 boxes probably.
And you think it's gonna be under your 1,200, you're just letting us know?
Just want to let you know.
Okay, we wouldn't have to pay it. Yeah, that's fine with me.
Just want to make sure everybody's good with it.
Okay,
Okay, that's all I have.
I got one question.
go ahead.
I do have one question for you, only because I had a message today to ask this. So I know we've talked about in the past that you and Adam have talked to a consultant about our water issues, our hardness and things like that. So they just wanted to know where we're at, if we move forward with any of it yet, or what are we doing?
I'm waiting for Midwest, our Fearless Midwest, to come in and go through our filter. I want to make sure it's okay before we can do anything. They're gonna come in, they'll do inspection on it, pull the covers off from it. That's what I'm waiting on.
So once that's done, then we'll know what avenue to go to
Yes.
work on the water.
Yep.
Okay, all right. That's
When do
all
you
I
think
have.
they'll be able to get in?
They can give me a date. Try and set up a certain time of the year to come in and do a bunch of them, and then he's gonna give me a date.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, there's-
That's all I have.
All right, thank,
our data plan.
Okay.
I don't know if that's anything that you need to pass or beforehand, or
Well,
if that's something that I can sign as,
We need to know how much it is, probably.
Be nice to know that, but I wouldn't know why we'd be opposed unless,
Yeah, I agree.
you know, maybe at least pass that along to us, please. Okay, anything else, guys?
Nope, I'm good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Glenn, please, fire chief, or I mean, marshal, sorry.
I have a couple things to bring up. First one is, I had mentioned to you last month that we had a replacement for Bruce who unexpectedly died at the police station while he was working. Tonight, maybe to go over some things with you. It's Whitney Hoff. She is a local resident. She will be taking over the code enforcement as part of our, police department. In a very slow pace at first until we get some of the ordinances, squared away. I've been in contact with the town attorney on this issue. So I guess, I'm asking, make sure we have approval, to hire and then approval to set a basic ground line of what type of hours you would want the code enforcement person to start out at. Now granted, we're gonna be taking small steps before we take leaps and bounds. I did do some research, Andy had asked me to do some research, find out what Kendallville was doing. They have a full-time code enforcement officer, makes $60,000 a year. They have a part-time code enforcement officer that makes $30 an hour. I sent you that text message. Not sure where you wanna go with this, what starting hour. There's definitely gonna be some training involved. There's gonna be a body cam involved. We're gonna use body cam to document different types of violations. Second thing is she'll be issuing radio. The reason she'll be issuing radio is if she's out at a site or on a scene or something, if somebody was to give her a problem. For instance, I don't know if you remember the county surveyor that was out surveying and he was shot at. So she will have a radio because she will be attached as a civilian employee to the police department. And I've checked with other communities, there is actually codes that we can give more limited arrest powers with citations, which is what we will be pursuing moving forward on that. So that will take some weight off of other people trying to do this. I believe the fire department is still gonna do their enforcement of ordinances on fire violations and talking to the fire chief. So I guess tonight, maybe you guys could give us some guidance on hourly, and approval to do the hire, and then, get started with that.
Yeah, my biggest thing was how many hours a week. I guess I don't know. I'm trying to, that was where I kind of went back to Glenn on hourly.
Well, my thoughts right now is, okay, you've hired her, she's replacing Bruce, and that's a paid position. And then right now, we're still working through the code enforcement, right? So we don't even know where we're at with that exactly, other than she's willing to take that duty. So I think for now, she should probably just have that same pay until we're in a spot where we know what she'll do, and then we would be able to discuss.
Well, there are a few
If there's more-
ordinances she could be tracking. Grass, cars. There are a few that we can
Sure.
start out with that she could be doing.
Glenn's proposal was start with the simpler ones, get the procedures down, and then that will transition into the bigger projects that are going to be much more complicated.
So in a training mode, to train, to fill out a uniform traffic citation, to fill out a written warning, to use the door hanger, where you're hanging it, you can't get a hold of these people, to use beacon, to find out property stuff. So maybe 8 to 12 hours is what my suggestion would be to you guys to start with. And I mean, I would start her at least at what Kendallville's making for their code enforcement. But that's up to you guys, whatever you want. I thought 8 to 12 hours to get started. Probably the first couple of weeks is gonna be nothing but, teach her how to do things, how to document it. When you have a case that could possibly be going to court, Bob will want documentation for that, so we're gonna need to order the body cam, that's gonna probably take a week to get in. We're gonna have to teach her how to use the body cam. But those things are all things that I discussed with him, so that was my suggestion to you, the 8 to 12 hours.
That's not including doing background checks. And
Right, that's already a separate fund that is already allocated for this year. I've made contact with Lisa about our funds for that, so it's 2 days a week, 4 hours a day.
And that rate would go with what the previous person was making, correct?
We can't change that right now.
Okay, so tonight, we need to decide if we do want to include her as our code enforcement officer. You're not sure exactly how much training, how many hours, but yet we need to decide how much more we'd wanna pay her to do that position, right? Cause I haven't thought nothing about the money on that, cause I didn't know that was something we were gonna talk about tonight. So I didn't have time to even debate
No,
that.
that's fair. I mean, it's, me and Glenn have been talking.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
mean,
something I was
so,
gonna bring up tonight. So
to
we're
make
at
a-
least showing progress that we are working on.
Yeah, there's no denying that it's needed, and she's willing and able, of course. And the wage should be comparable for her, but I don't know what that is, other than you're telling me what they do in Kindaville, but I would want myself to have a little bit more information in that, so I could study it and think about it, but that's kinda where I'd stand, unless you two already know exactly what you wanna do on that. That's my only thought about it.
My goal from tonight, cause I was gonna either bring it up in open discussion, but I told, Glenn to bring it up too if he wanted to, was to talk about it, so you guys could know that we have been talking, progress is moving, cause we had residents ask.
Sure.
So
You know,
I,
I'd asked,
Yeah.
the committee was between me, you, and Bob,
Right.
to try to get this moving forward.
And the marshal's been very proactive on all of this. I thought it was a very good suggestion that start with things like grass, work up to the big ones so that you know the big ones are gonna be done right. Because those are the ones that are likely to go to court.
But if she
Probably won't.
were to do that, we don't have a wage set for her yet, though.
correct, correct.
So
And it may be
that's where
something
we're
we
at.
can Put over for a month while Glenn gets the equipment around anyway.
Yeah, we could talk about it in the next meeting too. He's still waiting on equipment, so I mean, we can do that too.
But do we want to give him the okay for that, and that she would be the right fit for this position?
I mean,
Because
I would trust Glenn.
good with that.
I trust Glenn on it.
Yeah.
well, that way you know that we
Right, I'm-
support that.
Yeah, if Glenn.
And you gave us a recommendation of what you believe a fair hourly wage is, and then we'll have to decide what we think.
Check with Kendall, I don't know of any other days,
Yeah,
other than Fort Wayne City, but they have a whole division.
Sure. It's just gonna be a new salaried employee here, so we have to make sure we know exactly what's not only fair to that individual, what's fair to our
Absolutely.
taxpayers too. So we can definitely move forward on it, and then hopefully by next month's meeting, we can
That's fine.
make a
And
final.
Number two, anything later on with bigger ordinance violations, court would have to be attached to that. So, I mean, she could be waiting in court for 2 hours
Right.
before her case is
Fair.
even heard.
Sure.
And then. you
She'd
have
be
the
getting
time
paid.
Yep.
For
Yep.
testimony.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well, once she has a salary, she's paid for
So we'll
those
visit
hours.
that next month then, have your approval to let her know, and we're gonna be moving forward with that, correct?
And you can get the
Yep.
things going, the training and whatever else she
Yep.
might need, Glenn.
Right.
Does that sound fair, guys?
Yep, sounds fair to me.
Alright, second thing I have, or, no, that, second thing I have is, was contacted by the fire chief, had a emergency radio go out one of their rescue vehicles. It was a situation where they had no transmit, no receive, so, the age of the radio is probably, it's not one that's supported, from Motorola, which is very common. All the radios that we just bought last 2 years ago are no longer supported. So, he came down and said, do you have anything that I could use? So the radios that you guys bought me in the last 2 years, I had one to replace that. So I'm just making notes of that on the record. I'll change it in the inventory, but I did hand one of our radios over to the fire department. It was an emergency situation. That truck, was that it?
It was a grass truck.
Right, okay.
It was a grass truck.
But
So they will be keeping it.
Correct.
And you'll remove it from your
Casey says,
inventory, and it'll
"How
be
do I-
added to his,
How do
okay.
I make this right with the police department? I said, we'll figure it out somehow in public safety, you cannot transfer money from road. Which Casey says, we'll just pay you for whatever we pay for the radio. I said, can't do that.
Okay.
So, but we'll get it figured out later, but you guys are aware of that, okay?
Yes, thank you.
The two other things I have, the next one is, I was contacted by Rick Anderson at IT. We have two of our computers that have like 6 or 8 meg of RAM in them. They're totally overloaded, that's very low. We are going to do away with, I believe, 3 of our desktop computers. We're gonna make 2 workstations, they can both be a docking station. So, essentially what we'll have is a monitor for Stoneman, a monitor for the work that they're doing, whether it be case report, and then a third monitor may show the calls for service coming in. So there'll be 2 workstations, and I got the idea from Ligonier Police Department. They have approximately 20 officers.
So with, and I guess with that too, how is he, I guess the word, are we supplying him, I guess, with enough hours right now for the stuff that he needs
He's
to
got
do?
4 hours he's working on Mondays, and he would like to increase that until he gets this project done, from 4 to 4 hours on Monday and 4 hours on Friday. That also enables an officer that would have trouble with a cradle pointer or internet or a printer, it would give those officers 2 days to come in and get it looked at. So I'm asking that we increase that from 4 to 8,
For how long will he?
at least till the end of the year, so we get this project done.
We're talking Rick doing this, Monday and Friday, 4 hours each instead of just Monday. What's your thoughts on
Was
that?
that, is that enough hours? I mean, I'm just asking, I don't know.
I suggested that to him, and he said he thought that would be.
8 hours a
sufficient.
week?
Like, he did an update the other day, and that update took over an hour and 45 minutes, so he wasn't able to do any other, but he had to stay there by that computer while that was happening.
So, I mean, I guess is eight enough? I mean, it's 8 to 10 or 12, I mean, is,
I talked to him, and they said Monday and Friday the same. He said, yep, give me another day of 4 hours, and I'll start working on this other
so,
project.
8 hours.
Let's make a motion to approve that, Bill.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the extra 4 hours a week to Rick Anderson to work on the IT for the police station.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3 to 0.
Last thing I have for you is a couple quotes submitted to your box, and also a Carfax report. We are looking at replacing a 2014 Tahoe that has a salvage title, and it will be traded into Kelly Chevrolet. We're gonna buy the 2018 Charger all-wheel drive. This vehicle's fully equipped. I did the pricing on the equipment on the vehicle. It's from the Tell City, Indiana Police Department. It has full cage, which we are in desperate need of another cage car. It has full light bar, it has a full center console, it has the computer mount, it has the siren controller and all the emergency light controls. It also has the siren already in the vehicle. Basically, the vehicle needs to be marked and a radio put in it, and it's ready to go. The Carfax report indicates all the services done on it. I did contact the Tell City Police Department to find out if they had any issues with it. Their only issue with the car was they had a charging problem. They said they did not have a flow charger on the car, which we run flow chargers on all of our vehicles, so that keeps the car from getting dead battery. So the car has 70,000 miles on it. I gave you also another copy that's what we're gonna try to do with this vehicle. It's gonna be issued to one of our reserves to try to make it a community resource car. So we're talking about maybe doing the entire back of the car. A lot of people are not familiar with the 811, which is the suicide awareness line. Talking about doing the front of the car and all of officers fallen that have lost their lives in the line of duty. And just making this our car that we take to our parades, our touch truck events, to our schools, things of that nature. That is all gonna be donated by Leatherman's and Albion, the entire markings of the vehicle. So basic cost to the town would be $70,500. That's showing the vehicle listed, the vehicle list price MSRP was $15,725. Has 70,000 miles on it. Discounted price was $2,225, which takes it down to $13,500. And they're gonna be giving us on trade-in $7,500 for the vehicle that we're trading in, which shows the difference of $7,500.
Traded in for 6,000.
6,000.
6,000.
Yes, I'm sorry. So I'm asking that we move forward on that, since the estimated life of the vehicle is gonna be about 5 years. And basically, hopefully it'll last us. We're buying it so cheap, if we have to put repairs in it, I mean, we can put some money into it and still be money.
So the Tahoe we currently have is used by reserve,
Yep,
and then his Charger's gonna be used by reserve.
it all can be used by anybody,
Okay, but I mean, but that's its main
correct.
use.
Yep.
And then a year or so ago, we made decisions that we were gonna start buying brand new Tahoes. And I know this is a little bit irrelevant, but this is a Tahoe that we're gonna remove from our fleet when we're trying to get to all Tahoes. So then we always have that interchanging. So this would throw us back into another different kind of a vehicle. And I don't know if that's the right thing to do after what we're trying to do if we move into the future of our police cars by keeping them all on that Tahoe line. The Charger is newer. Is there a problem with the Tahoe by chance, Glenn? The 14?
There is, would you have a service full drive? So it is this built title, so it's very difficult to get,
The Tahoe,
yes.
and we have a light on, we had an issue.
We have a service four-wheel drive, it came on, went off, we're not sure what the situation is. We
You
don't-
have the light came on and went back off, so you didn't have anything looked at.
Correct.
Okay.
Does the Charger have a rebuilt title, salvage title?
I mean, that's the only thing that jumps out to me is,
We're probably not gonna outfit our reserve or spare cars for brand new Tahoe.
well, I know
No.
that, but at some point, those Tahoes, like, we have a used Tahoe now, and we bought 2 new Tahoes here this year.
This year.
And the plan is, of course, next year and so forth, at some point, those Tahoes will become a reserve vehicle. Not in the next year or two, of course. We have 5 full-time police officers. So that's the only thing that jumped out at me, is we were kinda getting out of that Tahoe that we thought we were trying to mark our police with, and now we're gonna go into a Charger. So I wanted to bring that up, and that's my concern, is are we getting away with what our plan was, or what our expectations are, guys,
I mean-
or not, I don't know.
First, Glenn, I appreciate you talked to me about this like 2-3 weeks ago, and I appreciate that. And that's kind of what I've been thinking as well, is, the plan, put a plan in place to work on 1 car a year. We got a good deal, so we went 2 cars this year. I understand what you're looking to do, which I do appreciate, what you're looking to do with the car. I like the idea, but I'm also kind of fighting with, we had a plan in place for this year that we started. So that's where I'm struggling with a bit.
Okay.
Not saying no, just kind of just trying to think through that a little more.
I mean, for what we're getting on trade and what we're getting out of the vehicle, we have the vehicle's worth, the equipment's worth $7,000. So that's why-
It's 4 years newer.
Mhm.
It's 20,000 less miles. It's a car instead of a big Tahoe. I mean, we are
It's all
going back.
drive, which is what we wanted, just for the snow.
How many, just throwing this out, how many miles, I know what it says here, but on an average by a month or a year, what do we put on this Tahoe? 5,000 a year.
Being a reserve vehicle, yeah.
Be cognizant of, safety that comes to how much the fire department needs in terms of, we got at least an engine that is, over 30 years old now?
Yeah.
And that's gonna look,
Because this money for this would come from lit for this car, correct? Lit, is that right?
It come from,
Safety limit.
But she's saying that maybe,
I'll just ask this question, did you or do you have any money left for when we bought the 2 new vehicles to have them outfitted, or do we
we
use?
have not spent all that money, no, we have not spent, I believe $3,700 out of that. Because we were able to put those cars together.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, there still is a cage that is on hold right now. We haven't purchased and everything.
Right.
So we'll have 3, but if we got this car, this will make us a total of 3 cage cars, which would be in pretty good shape.
And I'll just throw this question out there too, so we have the 3, that would make 3 caged cars. How much do we use caged cars now?
And you don't hardly ever need them, but if you get a raid or get a bunch of transports, then you need them.
Okay, all right.
I mean, a lot of cars don't have, state police have no cages. So we're actually running cage runs for other agencies too.
I'm not opposed to it.
Is this, the public safety impact, is this something that you guys are seeing other towns do, like what you guys are
We're
looking to do
seeing
with
it
the
become
car?
more
Is
prevalent
it,
around here, like with this country truck program that the fire department puts on. We had several, we've done some public relations at Oak Farm. We're gonna maybe do this car show coming up. There's a, Steuben County for law enforcement appreciation at the Angola Raceway. I could have one of our cars there for, there's gonna be agencies from all over the area there. For that law enforcement appreciation.
Just as an idea, could we use one of our brand-new Tahoes for that? Wouldn't that look better for the town to have a brand-new vehicle, in that capacity?
Yeah, I mean, if that officer's not working
don't wanna do all the
So I was
markings
gonna
on
let
it.
kind of the reserves take over that and let them
I don't
mark
wanna
that
put
car.
all this markings on it.
Whatever.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know that we want all the markings all over a brand new vehicle. I don't know.
No,
Not that it's not a good thought.
Sure.
But
So you're saying you have roughly 3,700,
Yeah, I mean, don't quote me, I know we didn't spend the total 15,000 that we had.
but what I'm getting at is if this is coming out of public safety money, so the 37 you already have earmarked, so basically we're using, I'll say $4,000
Correct.
it's what we get if we bought the Charger.
if we bought the Charger, yes.
It's 4 years newer.
I'm struggling with, because it's just going against what we planned, so that's why I'm.
Well, we can either purchase or we can stay with the Tahoe. That's what our choices are. Glenn, thank you for getting all this around. too.
Yeah, I
Appreciate
mean,
it.
it's,
Trying to put together a spreadsheet too with the amount of miles and the amount of hours that that car would be working. And then also, so I hope you guys got a copy of that. It also gave you an idea of what type of events that would be attending.
Yep,
things of that
yeah, thank you for all that, absolutely.
no, that's what's making it harder to say no.
For 3,800, and maybe it isn't bad, so.
If we do have, if it is 3,700, we have earmarked for 4,000, terrible. I mean,
No,
if
it's
that's
not.
the real number.
I don't think that's gonna show it on there.
Well, this is for upgrades appropriation, that's what I'm looking at.
Because because they'll do everything to the car, all the markings and everything, that's no cost.
Correct, and then we'll have the radio put in in-house. Our guy will do that, but what's, there will be no cost to them.
Okay, what do you guys think?
Let me ask one more question. So as far as on your appropriation, you still have roughly $2,500 out of that, so you still have the 3,700, or is that?
$2,500 is just left over. in
From
this fund.
the original-
$3,700 is money that was set for.
Earmarked for the
15,000. Don't quote
15,000.
me on the 37, I think
Yep.
it's very close.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
But I had mentioned to Lisa and Petra that we were way under our expectations by using equipment out of the other vehicles. So yeah, we are very close on that.
Yeah, so like this, so roughly $2,400, so even if it's 3,000, that's 55, so then at that point, then we only need 2,000 out of public safety money to finish the deal, if that's what we want to do.
Okay, we either need to make a motion to purchase the Charger, or we don't do anything, then we can move forward.
I'll make a motion, that we, go ahead with the Charger, and for the trade-in of the Tahoe for $7,500.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Okay.
I recommend that you put into the minutes exactly what Bill talked about pulling out of the refunds, you don't have a problem. So that could be in the minutes, it doesn't have to be in the vote.
Lisa, are you doing that, my dear?
We
But
have
you are too?
It's on recording too, so.
Okay,
And it's being recorded.
okay,
Then
we
we
just
have
wanna
it
make sure, okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn.
Anything, guys?
No,
No.
Thank you, Glenn.
Glenn, thanks for getting everything in
Fire
advance.
chief,
Thank you.
which is not here, but Clark is, so go right ahead, Clark, and thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. First off, would like to thank Glenn and the police department, just to kind of go back on that story. We've been having issues with our grass rig. The radio itself was going out. What really kind of set it over the edge is we had a lawnmower fire, just outside of city limits not too long ago. I was actually on the run, tried to use the radio and it didn't work, which puts us in a really bad position not having any type of communication out there. Luckily, we had handhelds. So appreciate that, jumping that over. I mean, it helped us out a lot, so thank you. Run volume, council has them in front of them. We had a total of 43 runs, from 7/16 to 8/19. 35 of those were rescue EMS, 5 of those were fire related. The other 3
That is awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So really,
To all
really
of you.
excited about that.
Yes.
Couple of things, Chief Kent has kind of requested. First one of our part-time firefighters, Evan Williams, has put his 2-week notice in. Actually, I believe today was his last day with us. He took a full-time position with Columbia City Fire Department, and he just decided that it was just too much for him to do that plus part-time. So he just is dedicating 100% time to Columbia City and no longer with us. Chief is requesting for your guys' permission to open that process back up to replace Evan, with same salary, same pay, hours, all that kind of stuff, just to open up that process to start.
Anything with that, guys?
I'm fine, absolutely.
Yeah, we're okay, for Casey.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Second thing, Chief has sent in a couple of quotes for a storage shed. I'm unaware of where the other 2 quotes came from. Adam, maybe
We
you
have
know
them.
that.
We have them.
We have
You
them.
guys have them?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So the cheapest one was Shed Superstore, totaling $3,595, and that is tax exempt. So requesting permission to purchase that out of the miscellaneous funds.
Okay, we would need to make a motion on that, guys. And he has been talking to us
Yeah.
about that, and then he had sent an email that he had did the quotes and recommended this one, so we will need to pass that as a motion, though, to allow that to
I'll
process.
make motion we accept the quote from Shed Superstore in the amount of $3,595.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Last thing I've got, September 13th, we are hosting a Touch a Truck event at the fire station. We would like permission to close Washington Street between Main Street and Chestnut from the hours of 9 AM to 2:30 PM. That would just be that entire stretch right there by the fire station so that we could line up trucks. This year, we're planning on doing live activities for families and kids, live demonstrations for our guys to kind of show the community what we can do and what we have. Just really truly a hands-on event for the community.
Glenn, you're aware, right, the touch of truck down here, okay? Okay. Yeah, he's been talking about that too, and I think even last month we.
We told him to wait till this month.
Yeah.
Did we? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, we
Yeah.
should make a motion to approve and close, but I think we've been doing that,
Probably
so.
double the amount of people.
Let's make a motion on it.
I'll
since
make
it's
a
treated-
motion, we close, Washington Street to Chesterton Street on September 13th for the Touch a Truck from, do you need it from 9 AM to 2:30, or do you need it longer?
The event itself is from 10 to 2, so an hour
About
before
2:30.
gives us plenty of time to start setting up, because we wouldn't want to set up any.
So 9 to 3, just wanna go to 3 just in case?
Yeah, that'd be great.
9 to
If
3.
three's okay.
Close the street from 9 to 3.
9 to 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0.
That's all I got.
Any questions, guys?
Nope. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thanks, Glenn.
Clark. Thanks for coming, too. We have nothing with the RDC tonight, but still, big thank you to that group and all that they do. We appreciate that. Attorney report, Bob.
Attorney report will be brief, we've kind of gone over with and worked on with the, subcommittee for dealing with nuisances and such. I have no progress report on high speed or so, I'll update Phil when we do that. And obviously, I have no progress with Brian and Adam right now.
Okay. Any questions?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Does the deputy clerk, Lisa, you have anything with you?
Yeah, I have a couple things. Invoice Cloud is the vendor that we're going with to be able to take credit card payments from our customers. That process is kind of at a standstill right now until we can figure out the bank signer. How we're going to,
I'm working on that. Okay.
so just wanted to.
It isn't as easy as I thought it would be,
Right,
but
so.
usually isn't.
Want to let you know that. Also, the Walmart card, we got a letter saying that that program is going away. So I'm not gonna waste any more time trying to find another Walmart card when they're gonna offer me.
And that card hasn't even been used, right? We didn't even use it.
Not since I got caught up.
Okay, so that's probably not a
They
bad
have a
thing.
new program that's gonna work kind of the same as a charge card, where they're gonna bill us like every 30 days and we pay by invoice. So I have made inquiries to check into
Okay.
that, to set up the account or whatever they wanna call
That
it.
makes sense.
And then, also, I think I gave you guys all a copy of the Trex program that we talked about.
Yes.
So for future reference, this would help and it is of no cost to us. The only cost that we would have is if we have them send a letter out for us, and that charges $3.
And what would we have to do to join or to,
There's a contract that would have to be looked over and signed.
so who would that go to? Would it go,
Well, that depends. Would you want Adam to be the person that signs that, or who should sign it?
well, I think the contract itself, at least our attorney should look over. I would recommend that. And just for me, I think the town
Absolutely.
manager would be the one that would need to sign. I don't believe you'd want the council, any of the council members, whereas the town.
Adam has done a very good job.
Yeah, and the town, you know, in the office here, it's every day someone's here, so it needs to kind of be handled up here. Probably you should look at that contract. It sounds like it's probably pretty easy.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Thanks.
It'll save Adam an email.
But, you know, you had mentioned that to us, and I think it's a no-brainer that we
Yeah,
go with it,
I
as long
agree.
as Bob's okay, and you can do what little bit you need to do, or what more you gotta do, Lisa, and then maybe just have, Adam be the one that signs it. Does that sound good? Guys, are you good with that too?
Fine. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Yep.
Well, I guess, I did give you guys the, salary spreadsheets to look over, because we'll need to know, since we're working on budget.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
we're gonna-
And I'll add to that, we asked Lisa to get, all the employees' salary for this year, and then we can kind of look into raises for all employees. And so while we're speaking of that, there's nothing tonight will be decided on any kind of raises, but we just received her spreadsheet, so that gives us all three a chance to look at things, and we know exactly what every employee. But I know, Casey's not here, I'll speak to him, but our department heads, this is time for us to make sure we do our reviews and get your reports back to the council. Recommendations, things like that, whether, you know, and I think we did this last year, so I know you two are well aware of that. And then I'll mention it to Casey too, because I don't believe, last year he didn't have to do it because, we didn't have part-time firefighters. And so I'll speak to him on the phone here and just kind of give him an idea of what we would want. But if you guys can get that, I'm thinking last year, it kind of took a little longer than it should have, and I think it was almost November's meeting before we even voted our raises, so hopefully we can be more successful by October. I think that would help us all. So this is August, so if we could maybe start getting information and be able to have a chance to look at whatever the department head gets us, our spreadsheets, we can all, and then we can come to a meeting maybe in October and finalize our raises, so give some time for the ladies to do their work. Does that sound good, all of us, department heads and so forth? Okay. Anything you guys?
No,
He's not shaking his-
I was just laughing at Brian, but I do have a question for Lisa. How are we okay, I mean, as far as timeline, time-wise, budget-wise, where we should be at this time of the year?
We're close.
Okay,
So, Susan's gonna touch base with me again on Monday.
Okay.
Because we have another, budget meeting set with the DLGF for Thursday.
okay,
So her and I are gonna work on some things in between then and see where we're at. So then she'll let me know if we need to push that meeting back a little bit further.
Okay.
But we're getting close on the timeline as far as how many days we have to have it posted.
Right,
Get it adopted, approved and all that, so.
okay, okay.
And then the department head / town manager will be able to give you the information you need to. And that'll all work together with Susan. Shouldn't be any problem other than just a lot of work, I'm sure, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God that Susan's helped us, yes.
Yeah, thank God for Susan.
Any questions, guys?
Nope.
Okay, thank you to everyone for the department heads and stuff. New business, we've already done the ordinances, so we will move to, employee health insurance renewal. I think you guys all got
Yeah,
that.
I have in front of you, what was presented to me by Matt, Anderson. He did present all three healthcare providers, PHP, United Healthcare, and Anthem, and he presented various plans for each of them. And if we were to
However, their real cost would have been, what they really needed from us was 107%. So if we would've stayed with them and did the 27% increase, we likely had another 27% increase this year. And we saw that coming because they would have to make up for the 107% somehow, and they're allowed to do that on the grandmother plan. However, we are ACA now, and that saved us, when we went to that last year, that saved us, actually, we saved like 1% or 2, going that way. And that spreads the healthcare costs over the entire nation as opposed to our own little group.
And we're speaking PHP.
PHP. So this year, nationwide costs have gone up, certainly not 27%, but it was 11.15. So if we were to keep the same coverage, then that would be a 11.15% increase for this year.
So if we stay with what we have for the employees currently, and we sign this new contract, it's still gonna go up a little over 11% increase overall, for all. Okay. PHP's, I mean, I think it's been in this town, we've used PHP for a long time, right, Brian? Glenn?
15 years.
Right? And I've had it before in the past, that's not what I have anymore, but and it's a great insurance, and it's worked for our employees, I believe, correct?
United Healthcare has a, what do they call that? The name escapes me right now, the network. They have a
Yeah.
network within a network.
Yes, they do.
So you have to really be careful of the doctors that you choose and go to, otherwise you get caught, paying for, significant more higher.
Well,
portion.
and if we
It's
do go
very-
to a different one, it's gonna even cost even more. If we change insurance away from PHP, the other two prices he's got is even more than what we have for PHP, even though it's going up a little over 11%, it's still the best price of all three companies.
And Anthem is surely not the same service as we, so.
This got to us a little bit, so we were able to time to talk about or think about it. I shouldn't say talk, we've had time to think about it, I have. So I'm content with it, and I think I can speak for us, we should stay with what we have. And we have to accept that increase, but I think it's the best thing for all of our employees and their families.
I'm fine with that.
Bill, anything, or Andy? Got it, or-
Nope.
We would want a motion to stay with what we have, so we can have, or Adam can work with Dan and finalize.
I would only wish he could get this to us a little sooner. That'd be my wish, a little sooner.
I've even talked to
My
Dan a
only
couple
issue.
times about that, and
He actually wanted to
He
do
says
it
he
last
can't.
week, but I was on vacation last week,
yeah, it'd be nice to know a little ahead of time.
and he couldn't get it in.
But, I mean, looking at the numbers, I mean, PHP's the best one.
Yeah, it's been good insurance for
Prices
everyone.
are very comparable.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay, we would want a motion though to move forward with it.
I'll make a motion, we go with, PHP Platinum, for a cost of $53,910.77 a month.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0, so you can move forward on that. Adam, and then everyone can let their employees know that nothing will change for them, which is a good thing. All employees, as far as insurance and so forth. There shouldn't be any issues with anyone, I don't think. Okay, next, the CCMG 2026 project proposal and engineering.
Brian and I have been working with A&Z Engineering on figuring out what our next project should be. We don't have water funds to do some of the things that we'd like to do, hence some of the rate increases. There are some water mains that we'd like to replace and lead lines that we'd like to work on, but we just can't do that right now. So we have to really work hard to figure out what projects we can do and use as much CCMG money grant money, and we like that free money, without having to dip into our water funds. So, Brian, maybe you would like to explain which streets that we would be considering.
Basically, it goes through and evaluate the streets and stuff like that, and this is the list we come up with. The Main Street, which was done back in 2017, 15, 17.
Somewhere in there.
But, this part will include sidewalks and stuff on it. And that is from basically Albion Street all the way up to the town limits, redoing it. We will be adding some new sidewalk, which would be to Orchard Valley, and also on the west side of Main Street, on the south of the gas station up there, there's some sidewalk missing. That would be installed. We'd have it all the way up to, on the one side, going to Orchard Valley. The next one would be Washington Street. This street's getting really bad. Forest Street, Progress Way, Deco Drive, Vice Boulevard would be a complete rebuild. It would be, those curbs would stay in, we'd fix some spots if it was bad, but it'd actually be milling all the asphalt out, checking the base, putting base in where it's needed, and then putting new surface on that street. That street's broke up pretty good, it's got a base in it, so that's the main reason. And that's project
So,
one.
all the streets you mentioned, every one of them, that's gonna be actual asphalt work to all of them too?
Right, milled and filled, just an inch and a half.
So, Main Street from Albion Street out to the town limits, that needs to be redone already?
Let's get some cracks
Maybe
in it,
from here to Fisher needs to be redone?
or including sidewalks.
But the sidewalks.
Okay, but not so much the street
'Cause
itself?
sidewalks
or-
The
didn't
street will be
touch.
getting done too, you have to include that.
But when they redid the curbs, they didn't redo the sidewalks.
Okay. All right, I just wanna make sure that you were including, 'cause that part of Maine doesn't seem like it's in too bad a shape as far as the streets, but, okay.
So the total.
So this is
cost-
preliminary is what this
Yes,
is? Okay.
absolutely. So the preliminary cost of the entire project is $1.4 million. Of that, our cost would be somewhere around 390, and the CCMG grant money is over $1 million. Of course, tonight what we're seeking is an approval to have A&Z go forward with their engineering and to enter into a contract with them to do something.
So we have that here too, to know what that will cost us to have them do that work? Is that included on that?
Yes, that's on the
Okay.
first page of this sheet.
So all the streets listed are preliminary, but then of course we have to have, A&Z look at it and do their engineering work, which will be a certain amount of money, and then we can move forward and hopefully get the grant.
Correct. The rough estimate for their engineering would be $89,790.
What page is that on?
That is on the first page, right here, right down here.
Oh, I was included in this, I was looking at,
I was too.
I was looking at the agreement. Okay. Okay.
And it would,
That's a lot of streets.
it would,
It is.
there's also pictures on the back of this main sheet, the main agreement here. If you want to look at the aerial views. But if we were to move forward, we would need a signature on that tonight as well. And that total cost of the engineering, they actually have a little bit less down here. That is on appendix D,
I saw that was for
page
88,
one.
it was for 88, wasn't it? I saw that, it was for 88.
88,890. Unless, of course, it doesn't change.
Okay.
That's a lot of streets.
So tonight we would have to approve a board reach an agreement with A&Z for $89,798, guys.
Washington, we're doing all of Washington. On both sides of,
It's going on the
Main
other
Street.
side too of Maine?
mhm.
Okay, because they only have a picture, I think, of one side.
Yeah, it only shows, yeah, the only part it shows, yeah, it just shows on the east Washington is all it shows.
And on here it says Washington Street, the picture it shows east.
Yeah,
So it'll be from Maine all
so
the way.
Maine to
So does
Vanscoy, Maine to Vanscoy and Maine to Chestnut.
I mean, we agree to this, they're gonna go all the way to Washington, right? They're not gonna stop.
Washington, Maine, Mansfield.
So we just doing the short side, or are we doing the whole thing?
This is short side.
So we're not doing from, we're not doing in front of the school or the fire station?
Which,
So we'll just do it over here,
Scott,
yeah.
Scott's side.
which that's a rough, that street.
Well, there's never been curb over there. You can tear up
I don't even
Scott's
think there's
brick
a sidewalk,
sidewalk.
I don't
You'll
think
have
there's a
fit.
sidewalk there at Weimer, is there? Weimer's corner?
It's tight over there. It's tight.
I'm just saying, he's got brick, he's got an old fashioned brick sidewalk there, so.
Washington, yeah.
So who do we send him to? Which one of you?
Yeah, just talk to him. Okay. Appreciate you guys putting this together. And it's a good plan. It looks like there's quite a bit here. If we can get successful with the grant, there'll be a lot of work and it'll help a handful of streets.
It'll be good to get those sidewalks.
Yeah, the sidewalks, handicap accessible,
Yeah.
all that good, which will be great, curb work and so forth. We just have to make a decision, and A and Z is who we use and have been using. And we just have to make an agreement with them that
But we could do this.
we're gonna hire them
and not
for
get the-
$89,700.
We could do this with A and Z and then not get the grant though, right?
Yes, yes,
But the engineering will be ready for when we do get a grant.
yes.
It's happened before in the past.
Will they, if we do this, like, will the grant, like you put in the grant for all of the streets, will they approve all of the streets or will they select only a few streets?
No, it's the whole package.
Okay, okay. Like they can't say, no, we're only gonna do half of this, what you're putting in. Okay.
Yeah, who
Every
knows?
single town, every town.
Whoever does it.
But they have plenty of funds to cover it. A and Z has been spectacular
I mean, we've gotten it
they
every,
want us to get the grant.
we've gotten it every year, right, for the last few years.
There's one we didn't get it, one time we did get it.
Um,
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
We'll need a motion for A and Z, that $89,700.
I'll make a motion, we accept the bid or for the engineering for our CCMG grant for 2026 in the amount of $89,798.
Is there a second?
From A and Z Engineering.
Yeah, from A&Z Engineering.
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Okay, next is additional speed limit signs.
I'll go ahead. I've been approached a couple times by people who live up off of Sycamore Way, basically the new addition up north, Sycamore Way, and I can never, West Wind Trail, is that the other one? West Wind Trail from Main Street now all the way into the addition, that we don't have any speed limit signs posted there. So, I mean, I've given them, if it's not posted, here's the general speed limit. Well, that doesn't do any good, doesn't matter, it's whatever they wanna go. So, I guess at this point, since we basically have, I guess, the speed limit's already established in most of the streets, we just need to get signs put up. So that's the reason I'm bringing it up at the meeting, so we can get that taken care of.
Most of that is like from the funeral home, that new area.
Funeral home
the new
all the way
street.
around to Sycamore, it goes all the way to Sycamore, and then Sycamore from Lay to
So
1,000.
Brian, you're aware of places where there's not speed limits?
Yeah, it's not in the ordinance for those streets, I don't believe. Looking, but I don't think those streets are in the ordinances for speed limit. Otherwise, you have to go by 30 mile an hour for, that's the general speed limit, isn't it?
Posted residential's 30, posted rural 55.
This is residential though, so we wouldn't want that, we wouldn't want it to be 30.
No, so we gotta put it, add to the ordinances, those streets?
So we need a.
Well, they just, that new street probably just hasn't, those streets haven't been added probably, because that was,
There's a lot of old streets that's not added in
Yeah.
that list too.
If you get me an email, we can do one ordinance to add whatever streets need to be added.
Okay.
signs,
Is
is there
if
signs
there's
in
not-
Cranberry? Speed
Some
signs
out there, yeah.
all the way around the backside, extended and,
Not many, no.
Okay, so we need to,
Gloucester's missing on that ordinance.
okay.
I guess we need to make sure, look into that,
Get an
because we do
ordinance in
need, we do
place.
need, speed limits down there in that new area that was opened up off of Main Street that goes around.
Brian, if it's gonna take a while, we can do this and we don't have to do it all in one ordinance, so we can do what we can do and then locate the other issues and do that as well.
I want the new entrance that you're opening up.
Make that 10 mile an hour. Okay, if we could kind of move forward
Yeah,
on that a
that's
little
fine,
bit.
yeah.
if we could.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have an old business, Bob, on the burning ordinance, anywhere closer on that or anything?
I have not been able to talk with Casey about that.
Okay,
We'll follow up with that.
so hopefully maybe we'll table that until next month, hopefully we can kind of get that. We're just trying to get our burning ordinance set up, not trying to take it away from anyone, but just trying to make sure we got some rules that are followed, make it easier on the fire department and so forth. Okay, we'll do a minute here with, excuse me, open discussion, and then we'll get out of here. Does
And
anybody?
I do have one thing for Bob once we
Okay.
get done too.
Well, then go ahead. We'll do that
Okay,
before we
my
do
thing
open
for you,
discussion.
Bob, real quick is, Jerry and I have met because the last meeting we had, the question came up about the parking at the park.
Okay.
We know that needs to be done, so, Jerry and I have met with 3 excavating companies. The issue is that we're using the map, I guess for no better word, the drawings that was put up for the previous park board when they had this money all spent to put this in, so we're using that. So we're using the dimensions of what the park was and what it, how it's laid out. So I guess my question is to you, is that something that we can do, even though we're telling all 3 people it's apples for apples? Or should we hire an engineer to actually have it on paper so everybody's getting the same thing, so when the bids come in, I don't want somebody to say, well, you told me it was gonna be at this line, but it's actually here, so it's not apples to apples. So we're just kinda looking for some guidance of what we need to do and how we need to move forward.
I'm not sure if I understand this, so you've got
It,
drawings.
it's just a map, I mean, it's just a
Okay.
map like that of what the future would look like in a parking area at the park. There's no dimensions, there's no topographical, there's no anything, this is just, this Jones Petrie, I believe is her name, drew it out, and so we wanna move forward with the
So what
parking.
you're asking is, should you have it surveyed and then get the bids?
And get, yeah, engineer, is that,
Actually, my recommendation would be you make that part of the process with the bids. Because there's no reason why they can't incorporate that into what they do.
the engineering themselves? Okay,
I mean, you could do
We
it
wouldn't have to
separately if
hire
there's a good
someone.
reason to,
What's that?
but,
We wouldn't have to hire.
exactly, yeah.
yeah.
Because when actually one of the one of the companies did say they would probably just engineer it themselves, so we would know what they're coming
Make it
from.
part of the bid
And
process.
you may end up with proposals that end up not quite being apples to apples, because you may get different proposals for parking, you may like one better.
And but you would want all of them that's gonna do this, they have to understand they are doing their own engineering,
Yeah.
so they don't come in here blindfolded and all they do
Yeah,
is throw a
and-
dollar amount down.
Right,
Yeah,
and we've
'cause it's
showed,
possible when they go in and do their own engineering, they come back to you with a proposal that would be different than you would get if you were just giving them the plan and saying, do this.
okay, all right,
The only thing that was really on that
drawing,
picture was a, when it scale equals
50 feet.
1 foot.
Sure,
Yeah,
They were
those,
taking their thumb going, oh.
yeah, that's exactly.
50 car spot.
right, so I would just make the engineering part of the bid proposal.
Okay, all right, and we'll reach
Fair
out.
enough,
Yep,
thank you.
that's good enough for me
Okay,
then.
anyone,
Yep.
we'll make a couple of them here real quick.
I just have a question on RVs parked in the road. There's one on West Walnut and then Sagamore Way, Sycamore Way.
Mhm.
And the Sycamore Way one has completely rutted up the new roads that were put up there with their turning and parking. I mean, I know when on Lewis Street, we had issues because we didn't have a big enough driveway and we got talked to by the police and threatened that we would be taken to court if we didn't stop parking in our yard.
So is that something, Glenn, that you or
That's-
some of the officers
yeah,
can maybe, I mean, this is something that's gonna,
There's no ordinance,
It's
yeah.
how far you can park from
Oh,
a
yeah.
stop sign to one.
well, he can at least go by and talk to them people.
They're not by, but it's okay to just park your,
I
Right
can't
now.
find any laws in the Indiana code that prohibits you from parking a boat or an RV legally parked.
Now, we are, Diane, as we talked earlier, we are looking into code enforcement and different things.
and that's one of
That's
them.
easily could be something,
That is one of
cause it
them.
does make sense.
you can't drive both ways because they're.
Okay, could you, at least you or one of the officers, go to those spots and look and just make sure,
Yeah, but it's not
and if,
violation of stop.
yes, and and let the homeowner know, could you move it back 15
Stop sign
feet?
distance we can enforce.
Please do, and then hopefully that's something we can address sooner than later.
It's just, there's a lot of roads that there's parking on both sides of the road,
Mhm.
and it's not a two-way to go up and down the street, you have to wait for a car to come back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we're hoping with this new
The
code enforcement,
and
these,
everything
all
that
those
will-
things,
yeah.
it isn't gonna be tomorrow, but we're hoping some of these kind of things will always be addressed. And they need to be attention.
Hopefully
Is,
with,
is trailers in the
hopefully
street,
with the
is that
fall
the
coming
main
up,
issue?
they'll be put wherever
yeah,
they're
it's
gonna be
just that
anyway.
they're,
Yeah,
I mean,
you would think,
one, we
yeah.
just talked about last meeting on the new roads that we paid to, taxpayers
Yeah.
paid to have, and, I mean, is ripped up on,
It's not-
Sycamore Way
it's on
up there, it is
rocks.
just, I mean, there's ruts in
It's
it,
on
it looks like a
rocks.
horse went through it, that's how,
Right.
from them
That camper
turning their
that's on
car, and I
Syc-
mean, I
it's
have a
on-
camper, I know
it's
what
on
it
wooden
takes to
blocks,
get
it's
back
not
to the
tearing the
spot,
street
but
up.
okay.
it also is defeating the purpose of having a new road, because
Sure.
when winter comes, it's gonna rip that all up.
Understand.
Yep.
So, and the other one is, yeah, the trailer that's over here is, when you can't get through there coming the opposite way when people are coming in.
Okay.
And we're looking at a trailer ordinance and boats and that kind of thing being parked on the street too.
All right. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Speaking of taxpayer dollars, are we any, further along on the town clerk payout?
Not for discussion.
Not crazy about,
Uh,
pay another clerk.
Well, we're not paying another clerk. That is not what we're doing. We had to hire a firm to come in to help our new deputy clerk and our front desk lady.
Taxpayer dollars.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and that's all of us. Bob, is there anything you'd wanna say at all? Because otherwise, we won't comment a whole lot more. There's just not a lot we can say.
At this point, I don't have any comment that I think
Okay.
is appropriate to make.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's taxpayers' money, okay, including all of us, most of us in this room. But it's something that had to be done, okay? We needed to hire someone to help.
Oh, no, I get that.
Because we have a budget, which is the number one thing right now to take care of, let alone the help that is needed. And you know, we'll just pray that this can somehow fix. But I don't have an answer how, so we just continue to pray about it. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Just wanted to let everybody know, we had 2 businesses open, in the last month. There's, Sacred Beauty on 124 South Main, which is right next door over here, and Gifts and Thrifts on 109 East Albion Street. They're both open for business, they both did ribbon cuttings, both have joined the Avilla Chamber of Commerce. They're open for business.
Great, great.
Absolutely.
New businesses downtown.
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin, that's awesome. And to both those owners, or
Yeah.
multiple owners, I don't know how many own each business, but yes, that's awesome.
What was the second business?
Gifts and Thrifts.
Gifts and gifts.
Right here on
Yeah,
Albion
so
Street.
here,
Do you have anything?
109 East
Kim, yeah, Kimmel's building. Kimmel building.
One more. That's all that was.
Has there been, what is going into Old Julie's Pizza? We never got that from the RDC, did someone?
What?
They're still
We don't,
talking.
yeah,
They're
we don't
still
have,
talking.
we don't have a report on that.
RDC 's
They
still
don't have a
talking.
report tonight, so I don't know. Hopefully there's something in the works, but I have
Soon.
no idea. Okay, one more, if anybody has one thing, one more, please.
I got a question, on these bids from the park.
Okay?
Are they supposed to be a sealed bid? Maybe, and I just have one for somebody just to look over, or?
Well, it depends on how you write up the bid. I mean, if you're saying if you want a parking lot to be bid and they're gonna do the engineering, the sealed part would be what they said back. So it would be, if you get something from company A, you don't give it to company B.
Right.
But the specs you give to as is often the case, whoever you end up calling, because often you have to go fishing to find three contractors. Brian can tell you all about that.
And there's a certain amount that has to be advertised too for bids.
So depending on what it ends up looking like it's going to be.
It's $175,000.
It ain't gonna cost that much.
Okay,
When we get further in the parking lot process, we'll come close to the thresholds.
Absolutely.
all right, well, we thank everyone for coming, we appreciate it, and, it is now live, I assume. So that's good that some other people that aren't coming, but it's always good to have people come in person, and we appreciate it. So, with that being said, we will call the meeting adjourned.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
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 Aye, motion passes 3-0. Ryan, I got a bunch for you. That's yours, Ryan.
You betcha.
Okay, this is that agreement I signed, but it's got Rita on there, Rita can't see it.
But I want you to, you guys, you know, kinda keep an eye and see what happens.
So that one there,
How fast
it's
and
got Rita on there to sign, so you gotta figure out, these are signed.
Absolutely, but no, if
And
that's
then
the
do I
stuff
need to
that we
sign any
need
of
to
this
do,
stuff?
then, no, we'll bring it up.
Is that-
We'll
okay.
go, we'll put it in.
Okay.
Not a problem at all, thank you.
I know, it's all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ethan, yes, take care, buddy.